Well, I figured I'd pull the other Gravely out of storage and try to get it running again. So this is the other one I had. It's the unknown model. Someone had repainted the hood and the fan and all that other good stuff, and apparently they never put the tag back on. So it has gear reduction wheels, same with my other one. So what I'm going to do is get this one running and drive them side by side in high range. And if this one goes the same as that one, it means it's an LI. And then as goes for the rest of it, fast or slow, or LS, L. So it is going to need some work. It was running last year. The valve was stuck on it, and we freed it up last year, and it sat for about a year again until now. The valve was stuck on it again, and I actually just pulled it over a few times with the rope, and it must have come unstuck because it's got compression again. It is a real oily mess. It's pretty bad. It's really going to need a good bath at some point. No, that's just the attachment for the sulky seat sitting there. The jug gasket on this one does leak, so I'm going to try to take these side panels off, and hopefully, you know, if the bolts are tight, which is what I'm hoping it is, I can tighten them down, they'll stop leaking. Still has spark from when we cleaned it a while ago. Let's see if I can turn it over quick. So spark is still all set, really. Whether you saw it or not, it's there. So this is going to be the next Gravely to get running, and I have to call some guy tonight that got back to me on Craigslist for a trade, and I'm going to be seeing if I can get some smaller wheels, the normal ones instead of the gear reductions, and possibly a 48-inch plow blade, you know, for grading and whatnot. So gas tank's off of it. I cleaned it, tumbled it yesterday, so that'll go back on once I finish up with everything else, and then I guess we'll have to see if it'll run. Hopefully it will. Alright, I just finished putting this back together. I took these side panels off here, and this Gravely's got the, if you can see them in there, hold on, there we go. It's got the springed covers for the valves, and they weren't really pushing down because the springs were rusted, so I got those to push down. And then if you could see next to it, right there, that nut, on either side of those on that side were almost falling off. They were completely loose, and this side was very loose. So that's probably why this thing's been caked in oil and grease and stuff, is because those really weren't tightened down that well. I tightened the jug, the jug nuts back down, so those seems like they're alright. There's one there and on the other side, and those ought to be fine for now. They tighten down pretty good. So now I just gotta get the gas tank back on here and all the fuel stuff, and hopefully that'll be all set. And also, if any of you out there know about these oil filters here, I like to know how to change them, or drain them at least. I scraped off a little. It just says 200 hours, probably change every 200 hours or something. But I'd like to know how to clean them out. I don't know if you take them off here and you pull the drain plug and you drain them out, or something else, but I like to know because this Gravely really does need an oil change bad. So anyways, I guess I'll get the gas tank and see if it'll fit up. Alright, Gravely is all back together now. Air cleaner's back on there, and I got the fuel bowl line and everything hooked up to the carburetor, so that should be alright. Gas tank I cleaned out the best I could. Really, it was pretty bad. Can't really see in there, but it had a lot of rust and crusty stuff that came out. But for now I think it'll work because the sediment bowl is catching a lot of it as it goes through, which is nice. So might have to change that every once in a while, wipe it out, but I guess now we can see if it'll fire up. Should start hopefully fairly easy since it was running about a year ago, so let's see. Just see if I can idle it down a bit. Take off the oil filler cap. I guess they say you can check if there's good oil pressure, if it's flowing through, so if it doesn't shoot up, I'll try that. That's not going to happen. Well, there you have it. The unknown Gravely is running.